Podcasts on unctv.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNCTV.
Next on North Carolina Weekend, we'll find out all there is to do at the Nantahala Outdoor Center. Sample wines at Sanders Ridge Winery, and Bob Garner revisits an old favorite at a new location in Hickory. Coming up next.
Funding for North Carolina Weekend is provided in part by the North Carolina Division of Tourism, Film, and Sports Development, committed to showcasing our state's natural scenic beauty, rich history, and unique cultural attractions. From the Blue Ridge and Great Smoky Mountains across the Piedmont to 300 miles of Barrier Island beaches, everything from big-time adventure to small-town charm is just down the road in North Carolina.
Quality public television is made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNCTV.
Welcome to North Carolina Weekend. I'm Deborah Holt Noel. If the beautiful spring weather has enticed you to get outside and explore the western part of the state, the Nantahala Outdoor Center near Bryson City has been providing excellent whitewater adventures and more since 1972. Producer Derek Long went to see why National Geographic Adventure calls the Nantahala Outdoor Center one of the best outfitters on earth.
The NOC is probably the most complete river outfitter in the country, and it's certainly one of the biggest. It's a multifaceted outfitter offering everything from rafting, kayaking, climbing, mountain biking, all in the far western tip of North Carolina.
Nantahala Outdoor Center's reputation was built on providing excellent whitewater adventures.
The backbone of our business is the rafting trips that we offer on the Nantahala, the Chattooga, the Ocoee, rivers all over the southeast. We start them out with all the basics, all the best equipment, and terrific instructors, guys and women who are dedicated to providing just a wonderful experience for each person at their level. We have the instructors and the equipment and the vehicles and the systems to take people just about anywhere they want to go, and that's kind of part of our reputation. We tailor the program to meet the individual needs, so it's a wonderful way to get into the wilderness at any level of skill.
That's a great river because it's always running at the same level. It's got some good fast water, but the rapids aren't too dangerous, so good place to bring the kids.
It's a little nerve-wracking, but it's not too bad if you know what you're doing.
Well, it's fun, and you really get wet. It's better than swimming.
Well, I actually went down backwards, so I didn't have much control on that one. But you've got to hit this little tongue right on the left side of the hydraulics, and that normally gets you through.
And if you're looking to boost your individual skills or level of adventure,
learning how to kayak is a really fun way to get into the wilderness. And we have probably the most highly regarded and largest kayak instruction program in the country. Some of the best kayakers and canoeists and instructors in the country have worked here and still do.
Most of the whitewater Olympians have come from the racing club here. They've trained on the river right behind me and have represented the USA in every Olympics that there's been whitewater slalom.
Some of the top paddlers in the world who are willing and in fact really enjoy taking people up to their level of challenge.
We get a lot of people coming to the Nantahala that want to do a lot of different things. They can come here for a few days and experience a handful of completely different experiences.
Such as mountain biking for the beginners as well as the experienced.
One of the best mountain bike trails in the country is a couple of miles away. It's called the Solly Trail System.
When it comes to hiking,
we're practically sitting on the Appalachian Trail. In fact, I think you could say we are, because right to my left the trail crosses the railroad tracks and heads north towards Maine. Behind us there, the trail comes from Georgia, and we have many hikers come through here in the spring and fall and in the summer.
The Nantahala Outdoor Center has the outfitter's shop for all your adventure needs and a variety of lodging from individual to groups, and several restaurants, including the River's Inn, overlooking the river. You can challenge yourself on the ropes course,
Ropes course is a lot of team building activities, so it helps the group work together and everything that they do out here, and also personal challenges. You make your own goal and decide how far you want to kind of step out of your comfort zone that day, and that helps them do that as a group and kind of be able to see the dynamics as you make your own group goals and try and exceed those as well. There's a 20-foot and a 40-foot level, and it's pretty natural to be a little bit scared when you get off that far off the ground.
Or maybe fishing's your game.
We offer fly fishing and light tackle fishing for trout and smallmouth bass in the area, and we do wade trips, both full and half day, and we also do full and half day float trips on our rivers, and we also have a kayak fishing program. We have all the rods and reels, waders and boots. The only thing people need to bring is a fishing license.
Or you can get your license at the fly shop. Whatever your outdoor adventure, the Nantahala Outdoor Center is here to provide.
I truly believe this is one of the most incredible playgrounds in the mountains. This is a beautiful place.
It's a place to push yourself, and it's an adventure. I think it's fun.
This is Derek Long for North Carolina Weekend.
For more information about the Nantahala Outdoor Center, give them a call at 888-905-7238 or go online to noc.com. Clyde Jones is a world-renowned folk artist, famous for his critters and his love for children. A few years ago, his hometown of Bynum in Chatham County decided to throw him a little party, and it's turned into one of the grooviest festivals around. Producer Brian Graves takes us to Clyde Fest.
When I heard the buzz that Clyde Fest was coming to Bynum, I decided to check it out. The event honors the legendary folk artist Clyde Jones and his magical critters that decorate the yards of Bynum. Featuring carnival-style entertainment, musical acts, and a demonstration of Clyde's cutting-edge work, this event is perfect for children of all ages.
And the main thing I'm working with is see pretty smiles on youngin' faces. Let them know they can do something, they can do something.
It's very much a kids-oriented event, so we'll have hopefully magician again, music events, different things that the kids can participate in.
It's all about children, it's all about having fun, and not just the ones that are children by age, but also I guess it reaches the child in all of us.
At the start of the event, the artist arrives in his golden chariot, the Clyde Mobile.
This used to be a gray Ford truck. I drove up to Clyde's house with it, sat in the front yard, and 2 visiting groups came. He goes, "Boy, take that group around and give them a tour." And I took that group around the back. By the time we got around the house one time, he is up on the hood with a Sharpie marker, drawn for the kids. He goes, "Look here, I can do a penguin. Look here, I'm going to do a butterfly." And then when we walk around with our group, I'm like, "Clyde, you're drawing on my truck." And he goes, "Boy, we can get it off with sandpaper." I said, no, Clyde, just sign it." And he signed right there. That was in 2003.
Once you meet Clyde, you get to know that somebody who's very sharing, has an open heart, very humorous, wry sense of humor, and just somebody who's always present in the community, always around, and just by his sheer presence just tends to bring a lot of warmth, a lot of good friendliness and kindness as well.
The event culminates in a magnificent display of Clyde's work, and a critter is born.
As soon as he cranks up that chainsaw, that's a sign, and everybody rushes over to where he is and watches him make. And invariably, over the past few years, Virgil has been there with the hammer. You know, it's like a surgical assistant. You know, hammer nails, chainsaw, and Virgil comes up and brings him the stuff that he needs.
Clyde's art is real. It's something that's made for the people. It's made for a specific purpose, and that purpose, very simply, is to make people happy.
People should come down and take a look, and they'll get to experience not only Clyde, a Clyde-inspired festival, but also Bynum itself. And hopefully for many of us, it'll harken back to a time that maybe doesn't exist anymore for many folks. And it's a great time for all.
Clyde Fest is coming to Bynum. Don't get cut out of the fun. This is Brian Graves for North Carolina Weekend.
Clyde Fest takes place on Saturday, April 17th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Bynum Ball Field. Bynum is just north of Pittsboro. Be sure to take the kids. They'll love it. For more information, go to chathamarts.org. This April marks the 11th consecutive Herb Fest, one of the most anticipated annual events in the town of Wake Forest. At this 10-day-long event, you can gain knowledge about the history of herbs, how to take care of them, their health benefits, and, of course, using them in cooking. Videographer Alan Brown has a preview of what you can experience at Herb Fest.
They stay here and they'll jump in their swimming pool when they get ready to go swimming.
This is Bob Johnson.
But you can actually take the ducks and geese, put them in your garden. They will eat the weeds.
A man who is passionate about many things, his family, his business, and his community.
Your head is warm, and it makes the oils come out of the lavender flower, and it helps you fall asleep.
One of his additional passions is the world of herbs. Over the years, Bob, his wife Elizabeth, his children, and some friends have established an annual festival called Herb Fest. But don't call it a plant sale, at least not around Bob.
We actually have a lifestyle festival. And I think many of the people that come here, they find out that herbs can actually be integrated to make their lives better. And that includes, one, you care about what you put in your body. A lot of times with herbs, it's not so much that the herbs are the healthy thing, but once you acquire a taste for herbs, you lose your taste for things that aren't healthy for you.
What can people do at a plant sale? I mean, a lifestyle festival like Herb Fest? For one thing, you can stop and smell the herbs. And you can learn about the history and practical application of herbs.
A couple of things we've tried to do is extend our educational seminars, and that can be Oriental medicine, Feng Shui garden design, Reiki. We got into organic gardening.
What about vegetables? You think I could give my worms things like lettuce or tomatoes? They're down there eating my food and making compost for my plants.
I mean, we got bukus of herbs, but that's not what people are really here for. They want to learn. Tell me about a plant. Tell me how I can use it. Tell me how it will enhance my life. And I think they're seeking more education and information than they are actually plants. And one of the nice things is people coming back year after year and telling us stories about some of the herbs they got and how they grew and what they did and how they've learned to use them. And we have the kids coming up from the schools, and the kids go, oh, that's lamb's ear, that's the first Band-Aid, that's the first toilet tissue. Here's rosemary, and it makes ticks go away. And you know that you've had a little nanosecond of pleasure in their lives, and, I mean, that makes you feel good.
It's phenomenal. The numbers and varieties I've never even heard of, so it's just amazing. If you're interested in kitchen gardening or just learning more about the uses of herbs, come here to learn and experience all kinds of uses for herbs and classes and just having a day outside to learn more about gardening.
And don't forget to look for the man in the gardening hat who began this annual lifestyle festival in order to enrich people's lives through the wonders of herbs.
People come here looking for solutions. They want to say, you know, I'd like to be able to walk outside, get a tomato, stay at my own house, put some mozzarella cheese, a little bit of basil on it, extra virgin olive oil, and just enjoy my home. And that's one of the big things that comes out of this. People looking for an alternative to the lifestyle they're presently living, and all they're trying to do is modify it so they enjoy their home and their family more. And I think that's what brings people here.
This year's Herb Fest begins on Friday, April 16th and continues through Sunday, April 25th. The activities are at Festival Park in Wake Forest on South White Street. For more information, give them a call at 800-937-3993 or go online to herbfest.net. In the past few years, many farmers in North Carolina have had to find other crops to produce instead of tobacco. For Neil Shore and his 7-generation farm between Boonville and Yadkinville, the answer was grapes and a restaurant tucked deep in the woods on his land they call Sanders Ridge.
Driving up the driveway, the gravel driveway, reminds me of home, and it's a warm, comfortable, familiar place for me.
As soon as you get, halfway here, you feel like you're already kind of on the farm and in a serene surrounding. So it's nice, puts you in a relaxing state.
This land is home to the Shore family and has been since the mid-1800s.
There's been 7 generations in my family that's been born on this farm. And my father, and my grandfather, and my great-grandfather, and my great-great-grandfather.
The Shore family once grew tobacco. Since 2001, it's been replaced with grapes. The result is a winery, Sanders Ridge, named after Neil's great-grandfather, Sanders Shore. Today, they offer an array of award-winning wines.
We have. We won it. We're proud. Right out of the chute, everything that's been entered has won, and not just not just local awards, but international awards.
So your next wine is our Cabernet Franc. We're all across the board. We do dry whites, dry reds, all the way down to a sweet muscadine.
We'll never be a large winery. We'll never make a lot of wine, but the wine that we're going to make is going to be very good.
Some of the large wineries, they're making thousands of gallons at a time, and the largest lot that we have is probably 900 gallons. So I get to spend a little more time with my babies.
In 2009, they also added a restaurant on the property, the Big Woods Restaurant, built by the Shore family.
Both of my sons have helped me, but me and my younger son actually did the sawmilling of the building ourselves. We harvested the timber here and sawmill on the weekends, and all the wood that you see in this building we harvested here.
And much of the food served at the Big Woods Restaurant is grown there.
Attached to the winery and to the restaurant is a 5-acre certified organic farm. And when I came on board September of last year, we'd really gleaned as much from the garden as possible. So this year we're really looking forward to doing as much sustainable organic farm to table.
Star Johnson is chef at the restaurant.
My love is really southern food. We cook with heavy cream and real butter. There's never going to be Cool Whip or Prep or Whirl or anything like that in this kitchen, nor a microwave. And so it's evident in the food. You feel like you're eating something that you would have had, say, at your grandmother's Sunday after church supper table.
Especially on Thursday nights when it's family-style dining and all you can eat for around $12.
We wanted to attract more of the local folks, and we have a lot of a wonderful local talent. So we thought, well, let's put the two of those things together, and about 5 o'clock, folks will start rolling in here, and they'll stay till about 8 o'clock.
We usually have a bluegrass band, or always have a bluegrass band to come in and play for us. We have about 4 or 5 of those that rotate in and out.
Well, we pull several tables together, so a lot of times you're sitting with people you don't know. We serve the food in large bowls at the table, and you just help yourself. We have a set menu. It could be anything from fried chicken to catfish to pulled pork. I think she did ribs a couple of weeks ago.
And I swear I'm never doing them again because it's a 2-day process in cooking them. And I cut 135 pounds and made my own barbecue sauce and did all of the process. And it's 3 cooking stages. But they're clamoring for more. And they've asked for fried chicken, which is why we're having it tonight. I'm not in charge anymore. They are. They've always been. Don't tell them, though.
It's too late. The secret's out.
I think it's really nice to be able to have a place where people are passionate about what they do, whether it's the wine or the food, and they put their care into it and their love, and their interest in it, and that shows. And it shows in the quality of the wine and how it tastes, and the quality of the food and how they are together. And we get the benefit of it because we get to eat it and drink it and taste it.
And passionate for the land they and their ancestors have proudly called home.
I'd like to think that Sanders and John Benjamin and my grandfather, Arnie, would appreciate me doing whatever it took, I guess, to leave it as a farm and not a housing development spring up here. There's been a lot of hard work done here over over the years, and a lot of sweat. And I think they would. I would like to think that they would appreciate my tending to the soil and tending to the land and keeping it in the family.
Sanders Ridge Winery is at 3200 Round Hill Road in Boonville. The tasting room at Sanders Ridge is open every day from noon to 6, while the Big Woods restaurant is open Thursday through Saturday for lunch and dinner and brunch on Sunday. Reservations are encouraged, especially for Thursday nights, so give them a call at 336-677-1701, or for more information, check them out online at sandersridge.com. Toward the end of the 18th century, Catawba County had the highest percentage of German settlers among its population of any area in the two Carolinas. With so many families of German heritage, it isn't surprising that one of the state's best German restaurants is located in Hickory. The old German Schnitzel House, which we've profiled before, has a brand new location, which Bob Garner recently visited for tonight's House Special.
The new location on Highway 70 is much larger, with stamped metal ceilings and a room that will become a small museum reflecting Catawba County's German heritage. But of course, the big attraction here is what's created behind the scenes by Ulf and Silke Menzel. I started out sampling a couple of wonderful sandwiches, the North Sea with smoked salmon and onion, and the Black Forest with schnitzel, ham, and cheese before tackling my favorite potato pancakes. Oh, would you look at these beautiful German pancakes? Oh, those are just so appetizing looking. And of course, they are always served with applesauce. Oh, is that about 10 times better than any hash browns that you have? It's crispy, and yet it has that beautiful silky interior. Oh, I'm in love. Next, Sauerbraten, the marinated German pot roast. Oh, Sauerbraten is absolutely one of my all-time favorites. Oh, that's so tender it's falling apart. I cannot even begin to describe how tender, how melt in your mouth that is, and the depth of flavor there. It's definitely a little on the sweet and sour side, more on the sweet side. Absolutely delicious. And eating one of Ulf Menzel's potato dumplings is just about like biting into a cloud. Oh. Maybe it's just me. That is absolutely one of the best things I've ever eaten. Oh, this is the Jaeger Schnitzel, the perfect coating with the perfect silky sauce. You have crispy and you have just velvety smooth all at once. I just don't think it gets a whole lot better than that. Both the traditional egg-rich spätzle pasta and the red cabbage are to die for, as are the fabulous juicy bratwurst with fried potatoes and onions. Silke Menzel's cakes are beautiful and incredibly light, and the apple strudel, oh my. Crisp apple strudel has had a comfort component all its own ever since it was featured in the song from The Sound of Music, My Favorite Things. But that's not only comforting, the apples are cooked to the just perfect consistency.
The pastry is just right. Again, perfection.
You'll enjoy the more convenient location and the decor that Ulf and Silky did themselves, and the food seems even better than it was before. For North Carolina Weekend, I'm Bob Garner.
The Old German Schnitzel House's new location is on U.S. Highway 70 in Hickory, around a half-mile east of its intersection with Highway 321. The restaurant is open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Saturday and is closed on Sunday and Monday. For information, give them a call at 828-325-0800 or check them out online at oldgermanschnitzelhouse.com. That's it for tonight's show. If you have an event or a suggestion for our program, please log on to our website at unctv.org/ncweekend and tell us about it. And be sure to become a fan of our show on our Facebook page at facebook.com/ncweekend. Or click on visitnc.com if you'd like to know about other events happening around the state. We hope you have a great North Carolina weekend. Good night.
Funding for North Carolina Weekend is provided in part by the North Carolina Division of Tourism, Film, and Sports Development, committed to showcasing our state's natural scenic beauty, rich history, and unique cultural attractions. From the Blue Ridge and Great Smoky Mountains across the Piedmont to 300 miles of Barrier Island beaches, everything from big-time adventure to small-town charm is just down the road in North Carolina.
Quality public television is made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV. Podcasts on unctv.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.